So I'm curious if like it's gonna end at the name Doma Castle, or if we're gonna get other FF6 hype in here. That's pretty sweet. I was kind of excited when I saw it on the map. And the new Twitch emote is working now. It's the Marty face palm.
You got an emote?
Sure did. Took like a week to get approved, but it works now.
Neat.
Hey, Nolan, how you doing?
What's this crap when I'm sitting here about to queue with you guys? Someone's in Ryger's Reach saying, any DPS need a level 70 dungeon and want to skip queue times? Where were you when I wanted to skip queue times? Fuck is this shit? There are a couple of times I was sitting here and I'd just be like, hey, does anyone want to run expert roulette just to see? Just to see. Nope.
Alright. You guys ready to queue?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Sweet. Pretty excited. I'm still waiting on the Ben emote to get approved. It'll probably be on Monday.
You have 2 separate cat emotes.
Yeah. That was what we were able to turn around.
Cool. I had an idea for one, but I couldn't. I'm not sure how to describe it. I was going to send you a picture of me doing it because I think you want a. I think you want a Marstead face. I think
At some point,
face emotes are what go all over everywhere. So you need a face emote of like you winking, with like you're doing like the shooter right beside your face, like you're pointing at somebody, and that's the good looking out.
It'd be nice to have a good looking out emote. If we can find a way to capture it in 28 by 28 pixels, it turns out that's really hard. I spent about an hour trying to get like a face emote in the green screen into 28 by 28, and like getting your features to be recognizable turns out it's very difficult.
Oh, really?
It should be better not
So
to thanks for that, Zed.
If I can, Dylan,
Mm-hmm.
pull the first 2 mobs this fight. If I can convince you.
Do what with the first 2
If you don't
mobs?
want to. Say what?
Do what with the first 2 mobs?
Like, pull the first 2. Like, grab this set and then grab the next set. When they come out.
Hey, Yahan, how you doing?
Up to you, though. You don't have to if you don't want to.
Are you saying that just for speed, or is there like
No,
a
just because
thing?
the next set of mob is the giant one. And so, like, I'm going to AoE him down anyway. So, like, there's a couple of dungeons where they just throw, like, a million of these little shits at you.
There's a lot of little bug things.
So my scatter just went from 300 potency when we had 3 mobs to like 1500 potency because we have 15 mobs.
Oh, they're back to farming an initial pull for XP. Interesting. Yeah, that seems really boring. I'm really glad they disincentivized AoE pulls and Stormblood with the rebalancing. Sounds like people are still doing it though.
Okay, you can Dylan pull the rest of the dungeon.
Thanks.
Yeah, I was doing some of Bardom's to try to get a little head start on the next level. And people that multi-pull that, I'm just, chat's gonna hate me, but people that multi-pull on that, I'm convinced it's slower. Maybe it's just if you're running a scholar, because I can't DPS at all if
Yeah.
you pull too many people. So you lose all the cool things that a scholar gives you, in my opinion.
It
We
really
also
depends
suck
on the
now,
mobs.
so
Like those little trash mobs there, it's just so worth to grab. But like this guy, you know, there's some regular mobs after him. There's no reason to really pull them after him.
Yeah,
You have to
Bardom's
single
hits
target
really
this guy down
hard.
anyway.
Harder than these guys hit.
That's right, I have for Flare in this dungeon. Nice.
This is a very similar, like, chord progression to the Doma Castle theme from FF6. It's obviously completely different in every way, but it's part of the one of the Stormblood motifs, isn't it? That's da 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 da. I have to listen to him back to back. It's a really cool looking dungeon so far, though. Sky armor's nice.
Cool.
That's a classic. That's interesting that they use like Magitech in this universe.
I think that's their new standard Final Fantasy thing. It's in the Magitech is in 15 too.
Yeah, they realize that it's rad.
Yeah.
Yeah, science theme. It's a dun 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 dun.
Think you should do a creative stream later where you just all the different themes, Dylan?
Good go.
Shit, you see this guy's shoulder pads? We're in trouble. Motherfucking pauldrons.
You got this. First try.
Warrior, not even tank. Yeah, I'm on warrior right now.
So he fires in a line.
Away from the tank. Click.
I think he targeted me and then did that direction.
Oh, that's cool. Whoa, I just saw the little ads on the ends. Those little bits.
Uh-oh, we're going to checkerboard it. Don't touch the red things.
Yep. Cute. I really like that word Sermet. It's in Final Fantasy 11 a lot as well. Garlean Fire. Oh, that's cool. The little arrows. It's the direction the next AoE is going to appear in. I haven't seen that before.
Yeah.
Garlean Fire. You're playing the Old Republic, and there's a setting in that game to like zoom your camera out extremely far. I was saying that like I want my character to be an ant, if possible.
Yeah, you should play Lalafell.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't think I got hit once that entire fight.
I got it either.
Sure.
You're giving
Pretty
not
sure
of shit.
anyone
too.
but the tank As long as they don't stand in the icky, you can just not take damage that fight.
Yeah. What did you say, Hapax? Anybody have to heal?
It's probably just healing Marstead, I guess.
Was that
No, I didn't.
just if it don't stand in the shit and the little AoE thing tells you what direction it's going to propagate?
And the bombs that cross the battlefield, you don't want to be in their path. But yeah, it's a big don't stand in the icky fight. Nothing more than that.
Pretty standard stuff. Cool, pretty AoEs though.
Standard fights, standard mechanics. Doman should feel bad for not taking back the castle sooner. It's really pretty easy.
Well, come on, man. You just gotta grind up their eye level a little bit.
They would have been fine.
It's interesting. I did all the Red Mage quests after I beat Stormblood. And I guess if you don't do it before that, he talks about the liberation, but instead he talks about how the liberation is complete, since I completely liberated them. I thought that was interesting that they thought
That's
about
cool.
that.
But they had some custom
dogs.
filler dialogue. Yeah, these guys are cool.
These guys are in 6 as well.
Where did they spawn? Was it like in the area outside the Vector? Or in Vector proper?
Yeah, you
Right,
fight them.
yeah.
You fight them with the Imperial soldiers from time to time.
Mm. Sorry.
It's fine. I didn't bother using my AoE or my enmity things. Wasn't paying attention.
Everybody loves belts.
You guys, I don't think I ever asked, did you guys ever notice your ping come down since they moved the server closer to your end of the coast?
Oh, I haven't paid attention to it.
I've never
Did it
noticed a
really
ping
different?
issue in the first place. This is cool.
I hadn't really noticed much myself.
Flarewing, do you have to like go out of your way to apply a slashing debuff, or is that just part of your normal DPS combo?
Yeah, it's always going to happen basically, unless
Okay.
I kill something before I get through, what, 15 seconds?
I wonder if they changed that for
Or the
Ninja as
combos.
well. It used to be on the Warrior to apply the slashing debuff because it was kind of a pain in the ass for the Ninja to do it. I don't know if that changed though.
The ninja rotation whenever I was doing it, but people were just that bad, I think. And they didn't do that.
On Dragoon, the question was always, is the enemy gonna live long enough to make it to that my dot matters? Because the
Yeah.
piercing debuff is part of the combo that ends with the dot.
Was such
So-
a death too.
They moved the slashing debuff for Warrior to a skill you'll always use anyway, so it'll just always be on. Yeah, I'm surprised that the Rapier isn't piercing for Red Mages.
I mean, think of that. Yeah.
And they should probably use Dexterity for it.
It'd probably just be too complicated and too much extra stat shit to potentially worry about.
It's already
You're
a
using
using
your
shit though.
ether to fuel your stab, Dylan.
Yeah. Very briefly, I got to use my Vitality to fuel my damage, and they decided that wasn't balanceable, so they reverted it in Stormblood.
Yeah, I guess I gotta go check. I have 270 strength accessories.
No, they're gonna nerf it before
Oh, I'm sure they
Yoshi
will.
P's
I'm not
really
gonna-
unhappy with it. Yeah, actually, I was showing Palace of the Dead to Polar Brewski and Kiwi. I was like, check this out. And she's like, I'm playing a Scholar, and by the time I cast a spell on something, it's already dead from you guys within some cast abilities. Yeah, sorry. It sucks.
Even Red Mage feels kind of booty the first like 40 or so levels because like you don't really have your combo, and even then you only have time to get Jolt off half the time. House of the Dead.
Yeah.
Whoa. Gotta have an enemy where we need to use Runic.
Yeah.
Stack.
No! Oh my god. I backflipped out of the thing before the 15 seconds were up.
No.
Well, I hope you guys enjoy the fight.
Oh, I see.
I waited a second to do my combo so Dylan could get enmity, and by the time I finished it, the wall wasn't there, so I just backflipped right out.
You should be good. I
what's
tend
a
to
dragoon? No, it's
do
a
more
dragoon.
enmity stuff on boss fights. Probably stand in that. Probably all stand in that. They've taught us that that's a stand in it mechanic. Okay.
I don't know. I didn't take damage. I don't think I was up here yet.
This is the
Stack.
fight I was complaining to you the other night, Pat, that people weren't stacking in for the thing right now.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how do you get this far without getting that mechanic? But I guess people are skipping. Or Stormblood.
This must be the first. I'm trying to think of other. Okay, get in these things.
You only need 2 people to stack in it in order to not die. But if you're not a tank and only one person gets hit, they're gonna be boned. It does 25k damage.
I'm trying to think if there's other just normal dungeons that have had the stack mechanic. I guess we did. Cesano had it. We had to do that. That's the story. Stacking the things. I should probably stand in the lone one, huh? Next time. Not too bad. He says, looking over at poor Apax's MP total.
Well,
I can't even mana shifty, buddy.
mana shift is twice as much as any of my mana.
That's ridiculous.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, I'm hoping they patch it.
Now, mine are on a shorter cooldown, so, you know.
Can you get out of there so we can stack? Oh, shit.
Oh, I see what happens.
He pushes.
Get in the thing. Goodness gracious.
Sorry, guys.
Years. Stack.
Push.
God damn it. How do you, okay, so is that a proximity thing that you can prevent? Or should I know it's going to push me in a certain direction, so I should move?
The little lines he puts are just like trip mines. You just gotta not step on them.
They don't hurt you until they become big like that. It's just telling you where they're gonna be. My understanding. It's like
No, but I'm talking about the push. He pushes, and that's why I don't know no one was stacking on me. Is that the vines?
The trip mines were what pushed you. Yeah, sorry. I didn't make that clear. I want to raise you, but I can't. It's all my fault.
you get in the other thing. Firing. Oh, shit.
Alright, see it.
Well, it does a bunch of damage. You guys can't.
Okay, so this time I'm not backflipping until the gate's up.
Okay, so it's more important to stack outside of the red zone than it is to stack.
Well,
Because stacking in the red zone means you didn't actually stack, because he's going to push you.
right. We get the laser as a heads up as to
And
where
away
like
from the lines.
we'll see the lasers while the stacking animation is up, so we'll know where not to gather together. So we'll have to, as soon as we see the lasers and start to see the stack animation, get away from the lasers.
Yes, what's important is that the lasers go off before the stack. Even if the stack comes up first, it triggers after the lasers do.
Right. So
Because that was my decision, right? I said, oh, I should let us stack and take the damage, and then I'll move.
right.
And that's not right.
Yeah, because it's lasers, stack indicator, and then lasers become a thing that actually damages and knocks you back.
There's always a safe zone. If Dylan can move him into the safe zone, I understand there's a lot going on.
You can try. I did not know that.
a safe zone away from the trip mines, that is. But like I said, you only need 2 people, assuming they're at roughly full health, to eat the stack mechanic. In fact, Flarewing might even be able to eat it by himself if he's at full health, looking at people's health totals. I know on me it did 25k.
Hold.
So I would have 200 health left at the end of that. if it's always a static 25k, I don't know that much, but as long as you get 2 people on it, they should be fine.
Definitely better for me if we all sit on it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
Go ahead and do your full DPS combo. I think you find using all my shit.
I can't now. I don't have the mana for it.
Okay.
I just happened to have the full mana at the beginning of the fight, so I used the enemy reduction, and it gave you a second to.
This reminds me of the final boss of the 61 dungeon, and that they're teaching you all these mechanics independently, and then mixing them later in the fight. There's a difference in sizes of safe zones. I'll try to move him to the one that's the widest. Just stand in that thing. Not this time though. Dangerous to cross.
I'm staying here.
Okay.
No, I'm not. God damn it. So they turn on and they're a lot bigger. God damn it.
I got you.
Sorry, that's my fault.
Hey, Red Mage. Let's get in those things.
Last utility for the party. What is this?
Get in the tower thing. Shit. Staying put. It's almost like Red Mage is better for resing since the MP hit isn't as severe. Get in the towers.
Get out.
I'm gonna mana shift here in a second. Just gotta.
Put a big one here. Stack.
Come back some.
Okay. I'm gonna move to the back. Yeah, we're gonna have to leave that other one, I think. I'm moving on. Yay, sprint.
Oh, we did have time. Cool.
Saving the day. First try.
First real try. Some idiot didn't backflip out of the fight. Let's scrub.
I feel like that's the first time that your echo doesn't tell you how big the effect is going to be. Because you look at the little Zort there, and you don't know how big, you've seen a couple times, how big the burst is going to be. I don't know that that's happened before. Or that's the excuse I'm going to use to make myself feel better for fucking that up. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
There are a couple of fights where, like, the boss...
No, see, hang on. Wait, I'm trying to do that to make me feel better. So if you correct me, I'll feel worse.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I've never seen that before.
This is the first time Pat has played a healer in Final Fantasy XIV, actually, guys. It's his first day.
I don't think healing has anything to do with it. It's this drown effect.
I was trying to make you feel better.
That's the opposite.
It's like there's a preset width that extends out from the little lasers, but I think the problem is you have no reason to expect that the lasers themselves are safe when they first appear. I assume that they would be very, very bad to cross, and just assume that they would be even worse when they got wider.
No, those mines are really annoying, and I definitely played shuffleboard with myself when I did that fight as a Dragoon, so... The sound that plays at the end of my off global cooldown AoE, where I like throw all the swords at them, is the same sound as when things die in Final Fantasy VII. That little like kind of thing. So like my brain is conditioned to think that I killed something every time I did it. Or maybe it was just crazy.
Coming out in Kefka's tower.
Yeah.
What does this guy do in Kefka's tower?
He's around the 3 Magitech. And remember? He's the boss.
Yeah.
Big guardian vector guy that blocks
Right.
your path.
In the
He does launcher
Magitech
too,
facility
right? That's an
looking
ability.
area. Yeah. Launcher sounds familiar.
They've had models closer to him, but
I'm not familiar with the chirp sound, Tommy. Maybe that's because I never let my stuff get full.
I don't think I've noticed it. I'll listen for it.
Do Dragoons have a job gauge that matters? Nah. You do get a little squishy sound when you make a dragon eye, though.
Oh,
See,
wow.
I thought the sound that plays when a dragon has 4 eyes is Susanna leaving the map to do the sword mechanic.
Yeah, I didn't hear it there. Maybe it's not on Warrior? Or are you hearing it from my Warrior right now?
he'll
Interesting. Try to listen for it. Oh, it's healer loot.
No, it's just a second piece.
So if you've been skipping cutscenes, I was just not skipping the ones after this dungeon.
Hmm. I have a
What the fuck?
chainsaw.
Oh, this is the dude.
Cool. When are they gonna add the Garlean chainsaw job?
Right after they had Blitzball player as a tank. I want a Blitzball player healer, actually. If I can heal people by throwing a Blitzball at their face, I would job potion that shit so fast.
This guy's really cool looking, but I'm still not really connected to his character at all.
Well, he looks a lot better when his face isn't showing and it doesn't look like he has eyeshadow on.
Yeah. Is this the new Sloppy?
Okay. Interesting. Whoa, are you able to dodge that?
You can move a little bit, it looks like.
Move away from...
Pick a direction, man.
Yeah. He's placing a distance AoE on the ground, I guess.
Basically.
Okay. Gotcha.
So bad.
Okay, there's a little ad thing that just spawned. A couple ad things just spawned. I like the minigun thing, it's cool. Oh shit, alright, that makes sense. I see. Whoa, that was neat. Alright, so where's the safe zone? It's on the far end, like right here. No, it's even further down, isn't it? I guess there were two of them. And those two have to go to opposite edges, I guess. Ideally.
He's stuck thing.
Watch out for the edges of that. Can you drop that in like the middle-ish? Or that works too. I guess the further away we can possibly be, the better.
Oh. Oh no.
No, we haven't seen that before. Maybe corners are safe? Unless if they go diagonal or in trouble. Okay. It's a little swastika, okay. Guessing the way they're turning is a clue as to what is and isn't safe. There might be a safer spot along the middle. Oh, it looks like when one person hits the tripwire, it's dispelled.
Yeah.
So you can intentionally do that, I guess. Really early. The break.
Yeah, we have that.
GG.
Cool.
That was cool. That was a pretty neat fight.
I always limit break without being told. I was waiting because he was the melee limit break. Yeah. I've never seen.
I'm getting lazy
drop a
though.
pet in this dungeon of that boss, and like it follows you around a little chainsaw, and I fucking want it. I've never seen it drop. I've done this dungeon at least 5 times. I know that's not a lot.
I feel like the
But I feel like I
DPS
should see
argument is like, I'm so busy doing my job, it's not as easy in face roll as it is for tank. I don't have time to look at the...
All these cool Japanese outfits that the scholars get would be really neat if they didn't give me like fedoras for hats. It's really mismatched.
I mean,
And, like,
you're gonna get the
nun garb.
neckbeard glamour, right? You gotta be full weeaboo.
Oh god.
Do it.
Just take your head off. You can make it so it doesn't show.
What chainsaw mechanic can be walked away from? You're talking about the machine gun fire?
My people, he says. The precious lordling beloved by all come to confront
Yeah, I called
I
that.
think when he-
You can just run away from the little machine guns.
my parents taught me no better. They woke me from dawn to dusk like an ox or an ass or something.
Yeah, when he
No,
says
I'm-
rip and tear, I think he's doing like a melee chainsaw thing.
Is that against the tank?
Maybe.
I didn't see it at all.
It's probably not that big a deal. The biggest deal is, don't stand in the icky and place the mine icky away from people.
For the family, for him,
I'll
for
figure
everyone's
that out
sake.
pretty quick.
They pretended not to notice, but they knew. They knew.
Yatsu is a complicated character.
What did it matter? I was nothing to them. Less than nothing. I wasn't of their flesh. I wasn't a fellow Doman. I wasn't even a person. I might just as well have been dead.
There.
Can you check how many story quests are between the end of Doma and the next trial?
My husband passed away one day.
I can look that up real quick.
So I was
I just don't want to check it.
Not much of this cutscene.
But this time, I found a way to
Can I just check that in game through my journal? Or-
Yeah, if you know what the name of the quest was for the trial, you should be able to just count.
Oh, those were the
Look at that
days
perler cube
when the scales
on
first fell
Games
from
Done
my
Quick.
eyes.
It's kind of neat.
No longer would I be
Oh, it's a
slave to my
bank.
parents or my husband or
It's a
the
coin
bear
block
house.
perler that's a tank.
I would be free and receive due compensation.
Oh wow, D-Rock did a Link to the
That would be
Past
enough, I thought.
split, or a race at GDQ, and he got his PB. It's pretty cool.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Like my original, not person I knew in real life, regular, back in Earthbound.
Lying at my feet.
It's kind of a
Agony.
worn out trope of like someone's really nasty and evil, and when you beat them, it's like, okay, you automatically are going to empathize with them because they had a shitty upbringing. Like, I feel like you have to work harder for that to see that stuff a little bit sooner.
Nah, this bitch be crazy.
There
No
was
empathy.
nothing I would
Also,
not
It's one of those
It's not
things where they
again. To bend
they litter the
his
dialogue,
heel,
like as you
twisted
talk to your
world to my whims.
colleagues and Gosetsu. Like if you went and talked to Gosetsu, not when you were having an icon above his head to do a quest, he told you more about Yoyutsu earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So
Have you-
it's just the way this game does shit. They're not going to do anything that's not 100% necessary character-wise.
She sounds like Bayonetta's voice actress. I'm trying to look her up. Don't know if that would be up
It
there.
was kind of you to lend me your ear, my lord. But now it is time for us to conclude our little tete-a-tete with a final game of chance. Who shall stand and who shall fall? Let the die be cast.
This was her plan from the first, to bring the keep down on our heads.
Nope, she's on Doctor Who. She's
Neat.
Toshiko Sato. After doing torture.
Oh, she's a
I will remember.
Asian person with an accent in English.
Yeah. Naoko Mori. It's from the UK.
We must flee.
There are
All
8
our
quests,
forces to
but one of
withdraw.
them is a single-player duty that is, average single-player duty length and time.
Okay, I might just say we can try to do the trial tonight if that works for you, Apex.
Yeah, I don't know if I can play a bunch more today until this
Yeah.
evening.
Same here. Cool. Well, that timing should work out. We can try to get as far as we can in the story off stream, and then finish up, and then go live once we've unlocked the trial tonight.
Cool.
So watch this, guys. Simpson.
While you still can. I cannot
Are they actually going to kill a character in Final Fantasy XIV and not resurrect them later?
No, we will not leave you behind.
I mean, holding up a thing that's falling, that's like pretty close to jumping off a cliff in terms of not actually dead.
Hold the doors, I mean ceiling.
I shall manage on my own.
Yeah, I was glad that they actually killed what's her nuts, the mask lady. I was annoyed when they brought her back in Heaven's Word, and they're like, oh, nope, it's JK lol, we didn't really bring her back.
Gosetsu!
Yay! I mean, bummer, but that was cool. At least they're removing the he's getting crushed by stuff trope.
No. No one leaves. Not you.
Crazy.
That's some crazy eyes. Is that in the expressions list?
Man, Machinist is so underpowered, they can't even kill a guy unless a roof is falling on him, too.
Wow.
Tis not this old friend
That's
cannot
pretty good.
bear.
Points to Yotsu.
Go now, all of you. The day is won, and the morrow beckons.
He was a cool character, they did a good job of introducing him. He showed up late Heavensward, right?
Yeah, he was there for the last couple of missions you had to do to unlock Stormblood. Like the first time we fought the boss that we just killed, there was that duty.
Granting me new
Yeah.
purpose and a measure of peace.
I think
On
he
the way
works
to
pretty
the
good.
Omega Shinryu thing with Papiyamo.
Lots of characters in this expansion are dealing with the existential drama of failing their past leaders. I think Gosetsu does the best.
Speaking of dead things, you don't remember the dead Lalafell, Dylan?
They didn't. Well, I
Sacrificed
mean,
us?
towards the end of Heavensward, they're getting better about it, right? But it was like from Realm Reborn into this one, they're like, oh man, Nanamo died. Oh shit, the mask-faced lady died. You know, JK lol, they're fine. Minfilia died. Like, thank God, that was an interesting story revelation. They rezzed her. Ishtola too.
More than you know.
So
Well, they
hopefully
just
these
wanted that
folks stay.
scene where Ishtola comes back and you have to like give her her clothes so all the people who are
Yeah.
Ishtola waifus could
Nanamo has cuteness armor. That was really cool. I like as long as there was a 2-hour cutscene, I was on board with that. Resurrection needs to have consequences.
You cast the die. Gambling was never my vice.
To kill off any more of these Ninja Turtles, then I'll be upset.
Gambling was never my vice. That's because that's going to be the job in the next expansion, and he's
Oh,
going to be
shit,
way
confirmed.
better at holding things up. There's a ton of jokes in this expansion about Blue Mage, so maybe we'll get that.
what was
Such a
the
cold
job?
ass line. He's stone cold.
Yeah, whatever. You thought
What
they
was the
brought
job
Ida
in
back for the
10-2?
entire expansion, and they retconned it at the end, and they're like, no, it's actually Lise the whole time.
Were you like wore like was it Lady Luck or whatever in 10-2?
That
Is that the
sounds
one where you got
right.
to wear
Yeah.
like a mog suit or something? Or is that a different
Well,
one?
there were
Monster
two.
was
There was
Mascot.
Lady Luck, but then there was Mascot.
Ah. If someone can mod 10-2 where you can just like do all the combat without ever having to see a story cutscene, I would play that again in a second. 'Cause the
Hey,
combat
Mike.
in that game is great.
So I've avoided reading too much about it spiky because I don't want to spoil stuff for myself, but I saw some thread on the Final Fantasy 14 subreddit. There are other dialogue references to Blue Mage elsewhere in the game, other than the Red Mage
Apparently
minion.
there are references to Geomancer.
Yeah,
in
from the-
explosion quests.
I saw that one too. Blue Mage tank, Geomancer healer, or vice versa.
I will deliver you to safety.
Well, Blue Mage healer would just be you have White Wind and that's it. White Wind and Mighty Guard. I could see
You might
them
really
doing
have to go out
homogenized
and
Blue Mage.
eat
They'd have to do like
enemies.
cutscenes or something where like all your job quests would have to be learning your abilities from enemies.
No, you just have a fork like Queena or whatever, and you go and have to go eat enemies. That's your job quest.
Oh,
You have
it
a
was
literal hunt list.
It was so great in 11, man. You had to go to every enemy type in the entire game, had an ability you could learn from them. Completely unacceptable for 14's homogenized style, but it was really rad. I'm gonna pop out to sign off Twitch real quick.